Oh, just doing a little bit of outlaw makeup here before I shoot. Special. Real fresh here. Wanted to do some talk today or speaking on the numbers against you. I like talking about my own because I love what I'm familiar with, and who I'm familiar with, and what I'm about. Because of sort of figuring out my own self by appreciating those people that have been good to me over the years, knowing I'm such a really a problem to be friends with, to even associate with, It's like it's what they call being an Indian lover. See, a lot of my friends in the Lower Mainland, we grew up knowing each other well. Kind of understood our backgrounds, where we came from, what we were up to. We were all survivors one way or the other. We knew each other from where we came from. The numbers just against us being alive was so astronomical. They said us we were supposed to take advantage of what we were given. They told that to us on a whole, even though the school system we were a part of was pretty messed up, but we all loved each other real close, different peoples, all different walks of life. So a lot of people know my background if they know me, that I really appreciate how I grew up. My father was the only adult person in the stream that held his hand out and wouldn't let go, no matter what. He admitted a lot of his flaws. He wasn't perfect, man. But the numbers, it was always these numbers against me that he'd talk about, Chaz, you represent what a lot of people don't want to admit. That two different people could work together in the same person and get along, Two different, completely different people, Two different walks of life. And not only do well, but stand on a point of distinction while everybody on the periphery were trying to knock you down, Just so that just the act of existence was enough resistance to the unsovereign flow of life. The resistance to negative flow. Taught to us as being something called the Black Road, I've identified a very similar idea with lots of things, but it was like just this number I was told. Did this native counseling. I thought it was kind of empty of our ways, our teachings. It was more a guy who went to their schools and started counseling under this brand that had a native header and native people in it, than really something that, and a bunch of native objects in there, with like administered in a very colonial way, which, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it sure helps when you're a natural being being given unnatural placebos. It's supposed to be like mental or physical prescriptions for mind traps and mindsets and keeping you in your head, instead of getting out of your head. But he was saying to me, Chaz, the numbers are against us even being here. We weren't supposed to get off the reserves. I looked at him. I thought about it. And I was shocked at the fact that he would continue to hammer me with these narcissist views that he had without coming as a common ground that the Red Road both gave us, right? He was still standing there judging me. And I was trying to talk to him about, well, if that's true, then, the very environment we live in is a very undisclosed combat environment, They're out there, military trained, since Desert Storm to now, to come at us, and we have no combat experience, most of us. They come at us with these verbal, narcissist attacks that are like designed to seek elders that want to kill you, from Afghanistan and maybe even as far back as the Gulf War. I don't know how long they've been cross-training, but I've been good friends with the police, the military, over many years of having to build a relationship to not get killed. People would be calling me sometimes to my face things that I'm more than welcome to have anybody come up and talk to me about. When you use what you got to your best advantage, sometimes it looks like you're wearing camouflage that the enemy would normally wear and sport around like there's some kind of champs fronting when they're nothing. But that's what you got to do when you got to get done what you got to do just to survive. They call you criminals just for going to ceremony and standing around people that have rap sheets longer than their arms, They call you out. You got to take the hit because you ain't got nothing on your rap sheet. Are you ready? Born ready, yeah? With respect. The numbers are stacked against us. Where is our more? But what are we doing? What am I doing? Hopes, dreams, and donations, right? Putting the blanket out. Looking for the blanket out. Trying to find where the blanket's out so I could keep going. Getting between here and there, seeing my children, promoting what we do, who we are, and how we live between unconnected places that are thousands, hundreds miles apart. Like this bro I did pick up, he just got out of 10 months of treatment. I asked him, about housing, all this, all that. He's native. Oh, he's not disclosed. You look right at him, he's a bro. The only reason I'm in is because my dad pounded it into me, right? And so did my people. I get down there and I tell my dad, tells me, you're native, don't forget. Get down to the Indian Center, they're like, what's up? What's up, Reed? Time to go. 3 fucking hands on your throat. Go home, tell my dad, like, it's just me and him in this coast. And the Coast Guard, everybody's got cousins. You want to talk about the numbers stacked against you? Brothers, sisters, my dad straight up told me, like, I can't intervene on your level. You're a child. If I stepped up between you and them, then I got to go with their family, and behind them are their cousins and their family. And pardon my language. The police, it isn't slang where I come from. It isn't profanity. It's how they talk when they get out of jail. They get jailized, and saying things that ever people would go to watching TV about, like Goofy Goof, It makes such a hostile environment where you can't even let the words slip out of your mouth, like I did there. And gotta watch every meaning and everything you say without being able to. Like, all my bros, what did they do when they became rappers, right? I'm getting pulled over in a perfectly legal vehicle, and it happens to be a Ford little Ranger. It's perfect for sporting around in my job. And like I get pulled over all the time. Profiling. We're not profiling you. You know how I combat their combat? By battling and not fighting it? I was clean. Like there's something I was trying to say earlier that I didn't associate it to one idea or the other of, but it was like 48% of the population is female in the prisons that are Native women, pre-trial, remand, probation, actively incarcerated over weekends, which is like medium security, low security, high security, maximum security. Like, you spread it out over the whole country. That's a lot of percentage that shouldn't be like that. Like, it's a lot of change. You shouldn't, and that's for women, our women, and then that's represented in incarceration across Canada, right? 22% of the men, and rising or more. That's over 60% when you stack that, right? What's going on there? The numbers are stacked. And the numbers are always, we never were supposed to survive this. It wasn't a conceived idea that we would come out the other side. But the friction of being just one person is enough when you use your manners. And when you say things that matter, and you let things slip from with the way you were brought up, like drop that bro off for nothing, drove him to make sure he was cool. He was like exhausted in Hope there, 10 months clean, sober. I made sure he was cool. Got back from Penticton, picked up some pliers for the stove because the stove wasn't working right, trying to do some extra hero work, right? Come back home, Auntie wants to go home in Kelowna. Drove her home. I've been doing that since 91, one way or the other. Sitting in the back seat, just backing somebody up, or up in the front seat, making sure with navigation, holding down my own hunger because I ain't got enough food to eat before I get there, making sure that everybody else eats first. Like, with my bros, we'd fight for the end of the line, you know? No after you. Literally. After everybody got fed. Anybody keeping to themselves these days? I talk about some heavy stuff sometimes. People get all mad at me. But try to make light of it by telling the truth, really. The numbers are stacked against you. Just the act of being alive is more than enough to change anything. By being polite about it, knowing what your point is to talk about it, and never backing down when it matters. Let them take you away. Don't give them any reason. Make sure your family knows where you are, or knows where you're going, or what you're on about, and make sure it's loud and proud, and above all else. If you think you're a tough guy, some kind of stand-up guy, have you done the dishes lately? Like, anybody could ask, what have you done? Who are you, tough guy? You're all smacking somebody out or forcing your will on somebody, bullying it up. To who? Why? How? What's it about? Your dishes done for your old lady? Are your dishes done? Have you been working so hard to work on her and everything that's going on with her, that all her dishes are done, that your stuff's not properly attended to? Then that's an excuse. And the only one. No, I was out subjugating a nation and disrespecting my elders and not following any host protocols so that I could just get away with whatever I wanted, so that the numbers could be stacked against somebody. I don't care what level you're at. That's disrespect, you know? Why aren't you going out of your way when it matters? To not. I could have told Auntie where to go. I could have drove by that guy. I remember I was on the road, on the bus. I still got nothing. I had nothing when I saw this sister got out jail. Straight out of jail. Forget straight out of Compton. She got dropped off right in front of me. It was like smoke. Look over, there's his sister. And I'm like, this is exactly how I'd expect to see a woman just got out of prison. She's like, I just got out of prison. I'm like, God, got out of prison? Where? Right there. And there's the car peeling away. It's this, police vehicle. I was like, she got nothing. Slippers, this, that, and the other. I gave her my sweater right there on the spot. Like, smokes, hooked her up, whatever. She was so solid. Box full of her paperwork, Anyway, I've been going on so long. I hope that you realize that the numbers don't have to be stacked against you if you know that what they are and how much that number is. Because it really relates to how much you're worth. That's a huge number. All my relations, I love you.